Monster versus NaClC. Take a look at the first ban. We got a Doom ban out, obvious ban, really good hero this meta. Next ban is an Ember Spirit. Not super good this meta, still a good hero. Probably just don't want to play against him mid. Maybe they have a strategy that they don't want to have him to counter, so we'll just see what they're thinking with that ban. Both these teams are in Group C, losers bracket, I believe. Don't quote me on that, but I believe that's where they are. So the loser of this gets eliminated, and the winner of this goes on to the next round. And now we see a Slardar ban out, another extremely good meta here, especially with that minus armor. Just really hard to deal with, and if you can lane him well, it's a pretty hard force to deal with in lane as well. Just really an all-around good pick. Two bans that I would definitely expect coming out from Dire, Doom and Slardar. I'd actually be really surprised if we didn't see them banned out, and a Dazzle ban out, another really good hero this meta as well. Really one of the top tier supports. Just gonna wait to see what NaClC pick. Not really giving anything away by their two bans.
5 seconds.
Not really showing any strategy either. Really just gonna have to wait and see what they pick. Taking their time here. And a Bane is picked up. Not too bad. He's a pretty good support. Has 3 pretty good disables, including his ultimate, of course, and I believe that's a pure damage nuke. Yes, that is pure damage, so gonna have quite a lot of damage from that as well. Especially, I think he has a base right click of something like, can I check? Nope, but I think it's something like 57, so he can do a pretty good job in lane of harassing out an enemy. And we see a first pick winner Wyvern by Team C Monster. Also another good meta support. Really does a lot of work, especially with that level 1 harass coming out from Arctic Burn, which is usually what is skilled first on a Winter Wyvern. We just have to see how they run it though. Maybe they've got a different strat. If I had to guess, Wyvern would be supporting the safe lane. And there we see a Warlock pickup. So it looks like both supports picked up first from Team C Monster. See if NaClC does the same thing, or if they go with another kind of pick. Picking both supports up first isn't bad, but definitely cannot recommend it in most situations. Like right here, Team C Monster has basically given away that the only hero that they're going to be effectively ganking with is Winter Wyvern. If they're ganking at all. I mean, obviously their mid could pull some rotations, but I mean, these two supports right here, neither one of them is really going to be roaming. And NaClC kind of doing the same thing here. Pretty obvious that this Ancient Apparition isn't going to be roaming. Bane, you could have Bane be roaming for some ganks, but odds are it's not going to happen.
10 seconds to go.
And an Anti-Mage ban out. Possible that they're not going for any more lockdown, although Bane does have 2 pretty good spells they could use to keep Anti-Mage locked down. Granted, with Nightmare, it's kind of more to just hold him in place to set things up, but regardless,
10 seconds to go.
Anti-Mage is banned out anyway.
5 seconds.
And an Alchemist ban, super good mid-hero, especially if you can get those stacks up for him in the jungle. So these guys probably just don't want to play against him. They've banned 2 pretty strong mid-heroes, so not quite sure who they're thinking of running mid. Alchemist definitely does screw up most mid-heroes, though. Definitely just one of those guys that's, and this current point in the meta is basically just a one lane if you can play him well enough. And we see NaClC abandoning out the Darkseer, super good solo offlaner. You could also put him as a dual offlane and just wreak havoc on the safe lane. 99% of the time, though, you'll see him as a solo offlane. And a Magnus banned out from Team Sea Monster. Another mid hero, actually a hero we haven't seen picked up much in this tournament. I think, actually, it's possible that my team has the only pick on Magnus in this tournament. I'm not sure. Don't quote me on those stats. But as far as I know, there's only ever been one other Magnus pick this tournament, so not quite sure why they would ban it out. But, never know. Maybe they just don't want to deal with that. And they pick up the Shadow Fiend, so I think it's kind of strange that they banned Alchemist, considering Shadow Fiend is one of the few mids who isn't as affected by, who isn't as thrown off his game by an Alchemist, considering he can just sit back and use raises to get last hits, and he still can sit in experience range as well. As well as, if he absolutely needs to, putting some points in his aura to get a bit of armor up so that his wave doesn't push as quickly, or so Alchemist doesn't push his wave as hard.
10 seconds to go.
Is it the best build? No, but he can do it.
Radiance pick.
Anyway, we see a Clockwork picked up by NaClC, and that's probably going to be an off lane. Clockwork, pretty obviously, but also gonna... I'm actually not sure if it's going to be a solo off lane, because this does not look like an extremely... Nah, it's okay. It's okay. I was going to say that this doesn't look like it's going to be a good tri-lane combo at Bane and Ancient Apparition, but Bane can keep him harassed out. Ancient Apparition can just sit there and do the pulling and stacking so that he can get experience in some of the gold from his pulls, and he can just make sure that Bane keeps everyone at bay with some of that chilling touch. And we see a Riki pickup. Not too many of those picked up at all. Really, I do not like Riki pickups at all. If you pick a Riki, you are you're kind of taunting the other team. You're kind of saying, Riki, he can be shut down from minute 1 by a 200 gold item, but I'm going to pick him up anyway, because I bet you won't do that. So, Dire are smart. They're going to be buying sentry wards from minute 1 and making sure Riki gets absolutely nothing in lane. Because if he is shut down even a little bit, like you kill him twice in lane, he's done. His game is over. It's kind of hard to come back as Riki, because you don't want to just sit there and AFK farm. You have Shadow Fiend who's going to do better with just farming like that. It's going to be a struggle. Going to be a struggle. And I believe that was a Medusa pickup. So, pretty good hero there. Of course, Riki can't just build a Diffusal Blade, and then Medusa is less effective. Especially works out better for Riki because that is just one of his core items anyway. Can be one of his core items anyway, but the Spirit Breaker banned out by Team Sea Monster. I don't see the merit in that. I personally don't think NaClC would pick that up anyway, but you never know. Never know. Waiting on their last ban.
Seconds to go. 5 seconds.
And it's a Phantom Assassin.
Radiance pick.
That's an okay ban, I guess. They're scared of the hard carry. But, I mean, honestly, they have the Ancient Apparition magic damage and ult. They have Bane's magic damage as well as his pure damage. Most of Clockwork stuff is magic damage. Actually, yeah, it's magic damage. And then Medusa's the only one that's got the physical damage, except for Mystic Snake, which is magical, and then pure if her ult turns them to stone.
5 seconds.
5 seconds until reserve time is going to be used for Team Sea Monster. And they've got plenty of time to think about their final pick. Just looking at this, they're probably going to be picking up a position 1 here. If I had to guess, it would be in their best interest to run Riki off lane. Or what they could attempt to do is go for a aggressive tri-lane against this Medusa. Then Riki can be solo safe lane, and against just a Clockwork, that'd work out pretty well for him. But I mean, we'll see what they're going to do. If not, then I think Ricky is going to be the first position, obviously, and then they're going to pick up an offlaner who can mess with this tri-lane. Bristleback might be able to do an okay job. I'd say Weaver, but he's just way too squishy in the long run. Timbersaw, if they have a good Timbersaw player, that could be... No, he'd get zoned out too easily, never mind. I don't know. Anyway, they're still ticking their time down. And Phantom Lancer, so it looks like Ricky will be their offlane hero. Phantom Lancer is going to be their position 1. Looks like he is also natural diffusal blade carrier, so Medusa going to have a hard time against these 2 diffusal blades. Assuming they don't shut Ricky down, I would definitely give, just through the drafts, I would give the advantage to Team Sea Monster.
10 seconds to go.
Granted, we haven't seen NaClC's Let's Pick yet, but
5 seconds.
just looking at the drafts.
Reserve time.
Still waiting on that last pickup by NaClC. Looks like they're going to need a mid hero, unless they plan on running Ancient Apparition mid, which probably would get just torn apart by their Shadow Fiend. So not the best way that they could do this here, but definitely an option if they absolutely want to. I guess they could also put Medusa mid, but I definitely think she would do better in a safe tri-lane at this point anyway. Ganks from Ricky might throw her off if they're able to do anything. And an Outworld Devourer is picked up. Don't see many of those at all. Get rid of that overlay. Just waiting for one more person to pick their hero, and then into the game we go. Looking at these drafts, I think I would have to give the advantage to Team Sea Monster just from the start. I think they're definitely going to have a better late game fight. Definitely just going to have to see how this early game goes, though. Maybe NaClC gets ahead early, and in that case, this Medusa will probably be able to snowball. I'm really just not sure if she's going to be able to carry as hard as they need in the end, because, I mean, after all, Medusa is a survivability carry. She's a survivability core. You don't pick Medusa to go get those rampages, although it's not unheard of for her to do so. Medusa's job is to literally just out-survive them. So the rest of the team can just get what they need to do done. And I don't know if she's going to be able to out-survive these 3 cores here. It's going to be quite the struggle. But while we're waiting, I guess we can go ahead and introduce those teams. Over on Team Sea Monster, we got Ratfong Bips on the Phantom Lancer, Cut the BS playing that Ricky, Necro Shadow on Shadow Fiend, the first guy playing Warlock, and Elwood is going to be on our Winter Wyvern. Meanwhile, over on Team NaClC, we've got, I can't read his name, Super Zavman on Bane, Azim on Medusa, one BBY Shadow on Clockwork, Thule on that Ancient Apparition, and Muddy Kirisimu is going to be playing that Outdoor Decorator, Overworld Destroyer, Obtuse Diamonds. All perfectly good names for OD. Both teams going to be headed out. What is this, a Ricky mid? Nope, hopefully not, although I don't know why he has a Tango. Let's see here. There's a Sentry Award for a Clockwork. Who has the other Sentry? Must be Ancient Apparition. By golly, I'm good at this. So they do have their sentry wards up, or they will be ready to go early, so that's good. 200 ping, so sad, so sad. The struggle of playing on Australia. And there's the ward dropped. Clockwork using his ward to block the camp. Not that I have anything, not that I think there is any problem with this. But, I mean, it's... And if Ricky, I mean, Ricky's not going to be in that lane. Well, maybe, I don't know where he is. Where is he? Nope, okay, so Ricky's not going to be in that lane. But if he was, then you just wasted your sentry. And now you have no way to detect him. So, I mean, they're pretty lucky that Ricky is up here. Not down there. Or else this would be a world of difference. And by golly, what a surprise this is. We got a Medusa mid. Medusa leading those CS charts with one last hit. Now tied. Now ahead again. What a roller coaster of emotion. And the sentry ward is dropped top. That means Ricky is going to have to be careful. Of course, he doesn't know that it's down unless he was clicking on Ancient Apparition and sees that it's no longer there. I don't think he's even revealed himself. Other than the obvious fact that the ward can see him there. This Medusa versus Shadow Fiend mid should probably go the way of Medusa. I mean, her right click is better to start. She's gonna have this Mystic Snake coming up, and that's gonna be able to do a lot more damage. She should just be able to zone him out of the lane, make him use all his regen, and then for him just to have to play far more careful. And I lied. Boy, did I underestimate how much regen he would buy. Oh, Lord. Lane should probably pull even now. Clockwork, possible bottle on the way for him. Nope, and it's going to be the finishing touch on his magic wand. Clockwork doing pretty well. Far better than I would expect anyway. So Warlock, his positioning here, not exactly the best. He's sitting behind his carry, probably attempting to deny his creeps, when he could be sitting somewhere up in here and attacking Clockwork every time he tries to come up. Basically, Clockwork should not be allowed to get experience in this lane. See, that's good positioning-ish. But he needs to be more up here. And not gonna do it, but oh well. 2 minutes left on this sentry, and they have yet to do anything with it. Really need to go for these kills here while you can. They need dust of some sort or another sentry, and none of them have it. They've got so much lockdown here. Astral Imprisonment with the OD, the Nightmare with Bane. They need to lock him down, like, up here, assuming he ever even goes up there. Start right-clicking him down, and then maybe you can get him by the time he reaches the far side. It'll be close, but better than nothing. Medusa just eating 2 raises, taking him straight to the face. Shadow Fiend doing far better in lane than I thought he would. Outworld Devourer, though, well, not surprisingly, the top last hitter, followed by Medusa and then PL. And this is exactly what Warlock needs to be doing, making sure there's constant harass on this Clockwork at all times. Granted, he's not up there right-clicking him right now. He is just throwing out this Shadow Word and Fatal Bonds, of course. But still, good that he's getting some harass. Here comes Bane with the pull, and that's a stacked camp. That's perfect. Gonna make sure all these creeps are dead. The pinks come out. They see Winter Wyvern rotating in. This ward's gonna spot him out there. Winter Wyvern's got some sentries in his stash. Probably gonna deward here. Ping's still coming out. He manages to get that bounty rune, and Shadow Fiend's going to be bought with an invis. We'll see what he does with this, and he just bottles it and heads mid. I don't think, realistically, that he can kill Medusa. She's got the mana shield up. She has Mystic Snake, so if he does get her low, she can just throw that and hope for the best in mana regen. And she used it, so The best here. And Shadow Fiend doesn't even use it to gank. He starts jungling. Not bad, but definitely better things you can do. Bane, being hit by Ricky. Bane, what are you doing, bud? Bane, please. Nightmared up. This is their chance, if they have any detection whatsoever, and they don't. Ancient Apparition has got wards in his stash as well. Now coming to him, but nothing for him to use right away. Winter Wyvern, though, finally getting these levels she needs in the mid lane. She's basically been roaming, not even roaming, sitting in their jungle for the past 5 minutes, 4.5 maybe, and she's finally getting some levels. Low-level Winter Wyvern does not exactly work. Can't exactly do much with the 1 level in Arctic Burn. And there's the sentry coming to deward that from Ancient Apparition. Another sentry going to be placed in lane soon. I really hope they don't place it in the exact same spot where it was. They know he's... and they did. I mean, they know he's farther down here, so they need to be placing the ward farther down here. In comes the Astral Imprisonment, but I mean, what's going to come from it? Absolutely nothing. Now he knows you have another ward there. He knows he's just going to have to sit back here, and you're not going to get anything. You're going to, I mean, deny him farm, because he's too scared to come up there, but aside from that, nothing's going to happen. And that creep needs to be denied. But they're converging on this Shadow Fiend, and Shadow Fiend sees it coming. He's going to be forced away from that rune. That means a nice free rune for Medusa. Just getting more and more Astral Imprisonments onto this Ricky, and he doesn't even have enough mana for Smokescreen. That is the perfect way to play Outworld Devour. Make sure nobody's got mana for any of their spells. Meanwhile, bottom, we see a possible 4-man rotation coming in. Winter Wyvern, still in the jungle. Warlock over on the side. Phantom Lancer still just showing himself in lane. This lane is going to push in favor of Clockwork, which means, oh, he's went into the side shop. They're going right now. We'll see if they can find him. Clockwork. Cogsing. He's stuck in the trees. Warlock is being pushed back. Clockwork is stuck in his own cogs. He's coming away. He's trying to walk away. We'll see what happens. Winter Wyvern pops the Arctic Burn. Clockwork still coming. Has 2 TPs. Will he TP out? Attempts to TP out. Can they find him? Nope. And he's going to be just fine. Managing to, air quotes, successfully avoid that gank. And 2 TPs come down from Ancient Apparition and Bane. Means it's going to be... oh, wow. Look at how perfect that... those circles, like... that's perfect. That's beautiful. Anyway, Outworld Devour are going to be solo in against this Ricky now. He should be going to kill him. Well, right-click anyway. More right-clicks he can get off, the better. Ricky saw that ward fade right away. Obviously not their sentry ward, but still, just the fact that there was an observer ward there, he should know that they had that vision, and just be prepared. If he sees anyone come up here to ward again, he should know that there's a sentry there. Be prepared for that. Wyvern still got wards, and holy crap, I've never seen that ward before. That is a cool ward. Anyway, Phantom Lancer looks like going straight to Fusel Blade. Not a bad build at all. Definitely the build you need to go if you want to contest a Medusa, especially since this Medusa has not really been contested at all. Shadow Fiend did a good job early, but I mean, obviously he just got sent back to base there. Nuking down the creep wave pretty easily, but there's Medusa behind him. Will she pop her ult? Nope, right clicks come out. She needs to activate her mana shield, and there goes her ult as well. Shadow Fiend just walking away. She activates an invisibility rune and starts right clicking, but is that really the best idea for you, Medusa? In comes Ricky, the right clicks come through. Shadow Fiend misses his raise. Ricky jumps, but she has mana shield, and the final right click is going to just barely connect from Shadow Fiend to get that kill. But the hook comes in from Clockwork. The cogs are there, but they don't have any detection whatsoever. Oh no, guys! Ricky's going to blink to Shadow Fiend, and that's going to be the end of that. All in all, pretty good start for the side of Team Sea Monster. Especially since they needed to kill that Medusa, and as we obviously just saw, did. I left Clockwork with no mana and expended his ult, so not exactly the best there. And this Ancient Apparition and Bane are so underleveled, they can't do anything at this point in time. Being in that tri-lane really hurt them. And now this Ricky, who was shut out of farm the entire game, is now level 7 and ahead of Outworld Devourer in level, and probably farm. Let's check the net worths. Nope, I lied. Outworld Devourer is actually the highest net worth in the game. Ricky being middle of the pack. Dead center, actually. but still a higher level and getting more farm. 4-man shield complete. What's gonna happen here? Throws out some right clicks, drops the silence, but misses OD altogether, and they're just gonna walk away from each other. Pings come out. The two supports are spotted, rotating. Courier coming in to deliver a TP scroll to Bane. Pings still coming out. Shadow Fiend keeping his spot in lane. And one of these two should stay here to get this ward, but nope, or this rune, I mean, and nobody's gonna do it. Double damage for Winter Wyvern. Pinging it out. Maybe Shadow Fiend will come, but nope, she just takes it herself, and this could be... She could be pretty dead here. Nope, Phantom Lancer is there. Did not see that. Clockwork cannot rotate in to help. But his ultimate is up, so if these supports just rotate behind him one more time, possible they could get something good done here. Winter Wyvern safely able to harass that tower, taking damage. Throws out Nice Splash just for some harass. Ricky once again roaming onto this Medusa mid. We'll see what's going to happen. And he is in tower visibility range. She should have been able to see him there. Ricky's going on, throwing the right clicks, but Medusa's just going to be able to walk away. No real harm done. 3 supports are down bottom. If Clockwork can just connect his ult, he'd be able to make something out of it. As long as he doesn't connect on Phantom Lancer, because he can just doppelgang out. Basically, they have to get Warlock. Winter Wyvern can fly out. Phantom Lancer can doppelgang out. Ricky goes invis. Jeez, Clockwork only has 2 targets he can effectively hook in this game. Just pretty bad. Shadow Fiend doing a bit of jungling to catch up. Really easy, clearing camps, clearing stacks. And Ricky trying to go on Owl Devourer again. Hits his stun a bit better this time. Or not his stun, but his silence a bit better this time. But not going to matter in the end. Just gets a few right clicks off and then backs away. And man, we missed all the action, but Phantom Lancer killing Bane. Warlock's ultimate obviously used. Winter Wyvern right-clicking through. And that's going to be a death from Clockwork. Medusa using her ult, going to chase down. 2 salves are popped. And that's basically all she wrote. Throws her ult and just has to back away. Winter Wyvern and Phantom Lancer both using salves there to stay alive while they run away. Some pretty great play there. Ancient Apparition back top though with Outworld Devour. Both going to be going for some last hits here. Ancient Apparition desperately needs his level 6. The tri-lane was good, except for the fact that they did nothing with it. They didn't get any kills, all they did was make sure Ricky couldn't farm well. And Ricky actually died. I did not see that. Who killed Ricky? OD did. So, alt used, but definitely worth it. Anyway, as I was saying, Ancient Apparition needs his level 6. That's how he's good, that's how he thrives. In a tri-lane, he's going to get his level 6 really late. So you basically have a walking, floating Iceman doing not much for you. I mean, he doesn't exactly excel until he has, and I am confused. He doesn't exactly excel until he has his ult. Then he can start comboing things. Obviously, he can help out in lane a lot with that chilling touch, but he's just not amazing without his ultimate. And a new Sentry Ward down. Ricky unaware that they can see him at this point in time. Will they attempt to go on him? Not sure. They're probably just going to wait until Ancient Apparition has his ult, then go for it. One more creep, and there we go. Oh, but Shadow Fiend coming in for the gank. Ricky drops his silence. Gets Astral imprisoned up. The ult comes out, hits Shadow Fiend directly. Owl Devourer just needs to right-click down, and Shadow Fiend probably going to die from this. Actually, I don't think so. Shadow Fiend going to be able to walk away just barely, but he is. Owl Devourer still has that Force Staff. Not sure where he went. Shadow Fiend TPing out, and he's going to make it out just fine. Really close, but not quite close enough. And bottom, it looks like something new might happen down here. We've got Winter Wyvern coming in from the backside, Phantom Lancer in the jungle, and Clockwork chasing down this Warlock. Warlock going to be able to safely get away, though. Medusa chasing. She has her ult active. She may just not even care. Mystic Snake is thrown, and that's going to be the end of that. Meanwhile, back top, Outworld Devour, hitting Ricky. I'm so confused. It sounds like air is being released right here. What's that noise? I don't know. I don't like it. Apparition is level 6. He's been throwing that out, which is good. That's exactly what you need to do. If your ult is is off cooldown, it should be flying somewhere. Ancient Apparition, really. If you have good ward vision, then you should always be attempting to hit someone with your ult. And Shadow Fiend just pushing back mid. Medusa doing a bit of work pushing the tower. Meanwhile, Phantom Lancer, level 8 already. His push is going to be really strong. Just that one Spirit Lance taking down a third of Ancient Apparition's health. This is going to be bad. He really needs to be careful. Phantom Lancer standing inside that Ice Vortex. Well, just went away, but he was. So Ancient Apparition could have thrown his Ice Blast and done extra damage there. Clockwork, and on the backside, he's going to have to go for Warlock. We discussed why already. And there we go. Ancient Apparition just missing his ult completely. Warlock ult blown as well. The Phantom Lance is thrown out. Clockwork dropping low. Uses his wand to attempt to stay alive. Going to be able to walk out of it. Battery Assault cast. But there we go. The last right click coming through needed. Medusa pops her ult, attempting to be chasing down. But once again, just too slow. Bane nightmaring himself, but his allies aren't going to be there to help him. Winter Wyvern with that Arctic Burn. Warlock right-clicking down the catapult. Hits Bane's running away. 36 health. Will he be able to make it? Golem's coming in. Golem not fast enough for Bane, but Bane walks right back into it. Uses, oh god, uses Brain Sap, but almost gets taken out anyway. 2 heroes extremely low. Bane, no mana whatsoever. Bane's just going to have to run. Ancient Apparition doesn't even have boots. This Warlock Golem could have been able to chase him down.
Dire's bottom tower is under siege.
Outworld Devourer sticking at the top of that net worth chart. Just go ahead and take a look. He's 3-0. Pretty good. The only 3 kills on his team, in fact. Take a quick look at XP. You can see that it's pretty even right now. Saw pretty good swings in both directions. If you take a look at gold, I'm guessing it's going to tell the same story. But nope, Sea Monster, 2.5k advantage-ish in gold. Outworld Devourer. Phantom Lancer has completed his Diffusal Blade. That's pretty good timing. That means Outworld Devourer as well as Medusa are going to be hard countered by this. This Arcane Orb needs, or his Essence Aura spell, going to just continuously proc, continuously give him more mana, continuously give extra damage to this Phantom Lancer. It's going to be a hard time. Ricky manages to build his Diffusal Blade, if that is the build he decides to go for, of course.
Dire's top tower is being attacked.
Both teams assembled mid. Medusa TPing top to stop that push, but for the most part, both teams are mid. 4, possibly all 5 soon to be mid for Team Sea Monster, and only 3 mid for Team NaClC. But Shadow Fiend doing some good harass Clockwork, popping cogs just to keep him away. Looks like they are keen on pushing it. OD trying to go for the split push, but nope, TPing mid. Here they go. In comes the Winter Wyvern ult, and by golly, I missed that. Shadow Fiend ulting as well. A kill, but it just gets turned on Ricky jumping to kill another one. Ricky, and the Phantom Lance comes out from Spirit, and Ricky doesn't. Phantom Lance comes out from Phantom Lancer, and Ricky doesn't even need to blink for that kill. Tower is going to be going down, and that is a pretty obviously one fight for Team Sea Monster. Like I said, they really needed to secure their early game a lot better. This Phantom Lancer looks like he may just snowball from this point on. With a Diffusal Blade, it's going to be really hard for their 2 main cores to stand up against them, as well as the fact that Clockwork only has 2 heroes that he can effectively hook. I mean, it has to be Warlock and Shadow Fiend. And just consistently missing his hooks. In comes Clockwork, Battery Assault, right-click's coming out, he's going to be able to finish him, but Ricky's silence goes down, and the Warlock Golem is right-clicking as well as Ricky's going to be there for the last hit. Looks like this middle tower is going to be going down between the Catapult, Shadow Fiend, and, well, all the creeps. Yep, this tower is definitely going to be going down. And there's 2 towers pushed down for basically nothing. 2 towers pushed down for Warlock. OD attempting to defend this mid-wave, but on the bright side, Medusa is able to take that tier 1 tower and push a bit into this tier 2 tower. Not too bad. Pings come out to defend the tier 1 tower. Not quite sure why, but Who knows? They may start pushing top. And I figured out what that noise is. That is Clockwork's rocket flare. Don't know why the noise is bugged out there, but it is. And smoke being used by Ancient Apparition, or possibly Bane. I don't know. And there's Ricky's Diffusal Blade. In either sense, I don't like the second smoke buy. I like it in the sense that they bought it and are thinking about smoking, but if you buy smoke and let the other team see you use it, it's wasted. If they know that you're smoking, then it's pretty hard for you to actually get a good gank off. But here we go. This first smoke going to be used to full avail. Warlock going to be caught out. Bane, still level 5. I was about to say should be able to get a good Fiend's Grip off, but no sir, he won't. And Bane really just needs his level 6 here. Once their supports get their level 6s, it's going to be a lot better. And there we go. There's Bane's level 6. Ancient Apparition doing some warding. Good ward spots. Fortunately, this lane being pushed in by Shadow Fiend. That means this tower is going to be taking quite a bit of damage here. Meanwhile, NaClC, 2 TPs go in to stop Shadow Fiend, and it looks like the gank is going to come out. Ricky's just going to walk straight up. Neither of them have detection here. Ricky's just going to back off. There is detection. Nope. Oh, yes, there is detection over here. The silence drops from Medusa. Medusa gets Diffusal Bladed. Winter Wyvern ult does not come in, but whiffed Ancient Apparition ult. Outworld Devourer getting a kill on that Winter Wyvern. Ricky blinking, still going after Medusa, attempting to blink again. The right clicks come through, and man, it's just taking so much damage. He went invisible, though. Phantomites are coming in, getting the kills. Ricky getting Astral in prison. I don't know how they had the vision, but another kill going out on both Medusa and Ancient Apparition. This is not looking good for Team NaClC. Clockwork doing a pull. Don't know why. Probably an accidental pull. Because I don't exactly want to pull the wave while your tower is being killed. And there, that ward is how they had vision of Ricky that second time. Probably be in their best interest to just let these towers, to let Tier 1 tower fall as they did. Tier 2, I think they should be able to defend it. Medusa and OD should be back up soon. Unfortunately, OD's ult not going to be up. Medusa's ult will be up. Another whiffed Ancient Apparition Ice Blast. It is going to hit her with the path, but that's really not enough. You want to be able to get them in the actual ult as well. That's where the majority of your damage is coming from. Clockwork, he doesn't know it, but he is way behind enemy lines. He may be behind your tower, bud, but Ricky is sitting there too. Warlock ult comes out. All Ricky has to do is drop the silence, and he is behind them. He sees all of them. Ricky now in no man's land, but Ricky blinking on, attempting to get it. Clockwork just getting trapped in cogs. So sad, but dropping the silence, immediately going on Bane. With no lockdown, that's going to be an easy kill. Ricky's dead. Outworld Devourer missing the killing blow because of the smoke. How terrible. Really not looking good, but they do have the Ice Blast out. Ice Blast, once again, never going to directly hit anyone, but Outworld Devourer caught in the smoke cloud. Good thing he built that Force Staff. Gonna make sure he can get out of there. Meanwhile, Shadow Fiend just pushing bot, not a care in the world, just right-clicking down that tower as if nothing could ever stop him. And honestly, at this point in time, nothing really could stop him. Medusa's gonna come bottom to contest, but I don't think Shadow Fiend should be scared of that. Going straight for an Assault Cuirass. Pretty greedy build. But if you feel like you don't need any more damage or health tank ability, then I guess it's okay to go for. Winter Wyvern coming around the backside, just getting some hits onto this tower. Backdoor protection not active. Gonna have 2 hits and just back off there. Wards scouting out Ricky. Not quite sure why this isn't dewarded, but it's not. Warlock almost got Ags. Kings come out. Not quite sure why. Who knows? Ancient Apparition pings as well. Probably pinging for the Smoke of Deceit to be used. They saw them grouping up around there a bunch, so probably going to attempt to get their Medusa in on this gank. As, yep, they walk up into their secret shop. Unfortunately, there's a ward here, and it's going to scout out their smoke if they attempt to do it up here. And it looks like Ancient Apparition may just walk in, drops a sentry, and it's going to spot out Ricky walking up at them, actually. The pings come out, the sentry comes down, they see the ward there, there's Ricky. They start going out, in comes the Ancient Apparition ult, and it's not going to do anything. OD, though, And Medusa popping their ults. Bane, Fiend's gripping the Riki. The right clicks come out, but not enough. Riki's still in the zone, but gonna be saved by that chilling touch, or by that cold embrace. Still managing to kill the Riki with Snake. Warlock possibly gonna get killed as well. Yep, Warlock's down, but well, Medusa, please, your mana shield, Medusa, your mana shield. There we go. This just might save you. And yep, you're gonna be doing fine. Fight going pretty well for an NaClC. Once they were able to catch out that Riki and Shadow Fiend immediately, basically, and that's really what won them the fight. Since Riki was Fiend's gripped the entire slew of first ultimates, he couldn't exactly do anything to help out his team until it was just a bit too late. Just really good play by Bane there to immediately Fiend's grip the Riki. Once again, though, oh, this Ancient Apparition just barely missing Winter Wyvern.
Boom, there it goes.
Comes the Clockwork Flare, gonna miss. Still might gain vision of her though. Comes the Sentry. Only 9 seconds on that one. Not much done, but 3 minutes on this one, gonna be a pretty good D-ward there. Things looking like they turned around a wee bit in that fight for an NaClC. In terms of experience and gold, although a 10k lead is still quite the lead to have, especially at the 26-minute mark. Winter Wyvern picking up that haste rune. Gonna see what she can accomplish with that. NaClC farming about their jungle. This Ancient Apparition has a Hand of Midas, but I think he needed to just skip that in this case. He needed to go straight for his Ag Scepter, because Midas is not going to do enough work in this game, this stage of the game anyway. And they ping out Shadow Fiend. They see the Shadow Fiend coming up with this ward. It's about to run out, but still doing work up to the last second. The rest of the team is also rotating. Smoke comes out. No one's there to see them. They're going around. Shadow Fiend is going to get caught out here. They have the Fiend's Grip from Bane, and Bane goes for the Fiend's Grip immediately. They need to get in here quickly. The right clicks come out, and there we go. An easy kill for them. Secured by that Bane. Good smoke over, and the ward obviously doing a lot of work. Riki was there as well, but smart not to go on this. He probably would have just gotten killed as well. And Medusa able to complete the Manta. It's going to be a good for her. Although I'm not sure how effective it's going to be, considering she's got the illusions of PL as well as Shadow Fiend's clear to deal with. Although I guess, never mind, the Manta will help with PL's illusion clear, but Shadow Fiend will still be able to cut through them pretty easily. Things come out, Riki sees the Ancient Apparition. One jump, one right click, and that's a dead Ancient Apparition. Really easy kills. Pings come out onto the Medusa. Don't know who pinged her, probably Medusa. Medusa pings Medusa. But pings come out as they see the Warlock and Phantom Lancer run up. Riki there as well. He jumps, drops the silence, right clicks come through. She manages to try to get out of that Warlock's ult as well. Bane going to be caught out. She goes back in with her slow. Unfortunately, they just can't stop this Warlock ult. Warlock drops his ult. It's Ag's ult now, so that's going to be a lot of damage. Bane, his Phantom Lancer's right clicking him down. One more right click, and that's going to be a dead Bane. Everyone else is going to be able to make it out okay. Not quite sure. Oh, this ward right here is what spotted it out. Just a really good trade. Good play by Warlock, dropping the slow here. Medusa attempted to re-engage with her ult, but she just couldn't make it up that hill because of the Warlock's slow. Winter Wyvern just sending some right clicks on that tower, but Riki aggressively blinking. Gonna drop the slow, but ultimately doing not enough as he is right click down by OD. Caelum's going to work on this tower, and oh, so sad. Winter's Curse wasted on a Medusa illusion. Medusa just attempting to right-click down these guys as fast as she can. Clockwork needs to be careful. He probably could have gotten taken out right then and there, but everyone is just going to go back off. And oh, they managed to Nightmare this Winter Wyvern. This is not looking good. There it comes. It's coming out. They're just not slow enough. The Enfeeble went on it, but not going to be good enough. Warlock once again coming out with his slow. Just going to be healing up, and they're not going to be able to get anything out of this. Meanwhile, Shadow Fiend push all the way down to this bottom tower. You're doing some good work. Just exactly what you need to be doing with a lineup like this. These guys, they want to fight. They've got 2 huge ults that will basically ruin your day, and they're just not letting them do it. When they do fight, they're taking smart fights. They're picking them out one at a time, and if whoever's not there, they're split pushing. They're instantly just going straight to the lane and pushing. They're playing it really smart for their lineup. Going to be a quick Roche here. Clockwork, going to scout it out. Ancient Apparition all coming in as well, but I mean, no one here to take it. Can't really do anything about it. Just going to sit on the deck. Phantom Lancer not going to pick it up. Anyone going to come in? And Phantom Lancer going to pick it up. Not quite sure why they waited. Clockwork, if Clockwork was in position, he definitely could have stolen that Aegis. Not that it would have done him much good, but he could have done it. Getting scouted out by Clockwork's Flare. But it doesn't really matter at this point in time. They're going to have trouble fighting into this, especially now that PL has Aegis. It's been hard enough for them to kill him, considering he hasn't died once yet this game, but it's going to be even harder to do it twice. Look at the item build. This Warlock went straight for the Ag Scepter, and beautiful ward there. High ground. Going to make sure they get all the scouting vision they need. Anyway, Warlock went straight for Ags here. A pretty good choice in this scenario, I think, considering all this Warlock is being picked up for is his ult, if we're being honest. His heal is nice, his team abilities are nice, but in the end, Warlock is basically an ult. Clockwork throwing flares, and the Winter's Curse goes down on an actual target this time. Medusa pops her ult, but out comes the ult from Warlock as well. Clockwork comes in, starts right-clicking away, but he's not going to be able to do much on the backline. Warlock falls, Medusa getting right-clicked down, and it's not looking good. OD's all coming out as well, though, and Medusa going to be falling to the Caelums. OD falling as well. Phantom Lancer going to be able to finish off Ancient Apparition. Buyback from Medusa, and it's just the Golems going to work. Phantom Lancer also managing to kill Clockwork on the backline. Throwing out the right clicks on this Medusa, Diffusal Blading her down, and he doesn't even care that there's 2 towers there. He's just going to dive it anyway, and there we go. Medusa's out of mana. She's trapped, and this is a dieback, and down goes Medusa. This is looking like GG at this point. Wave is cleared. Barracks going down. They honestly could take another Rax with this as well. Bane's back in 3 seconds, but what is Bane going to do? Honestly, not much. Phantom Lancer, just right-clicking down these Moonwells. And he's just going to doppelgang on out of there. Illusions are sent back, but just going to hit some creeps, and actual Phantom Lancer just going to walk out of there. Ancient Apparition. Warlock looks like he's going for a refresher. Pretty smart item choice, considering, as we just explained, all he's really being used for is this ultimate. Dropping his heal on these creeps. Also managed to have Fatal Bonds on them. Winter Wyvern has the mech mana boost, probably going to be going for Guardian Greaves. In fact, he's only 30 gold away at this point, so that's going to be a great pickup for him. Especially since that purges debuffs, so I'm not sure if Medusa's ult is counted as a debuff, but the second he gets frozen, he can purge that off with Guardian Greaves. Pretty sweet item pickup for him. Ricky has that Sage and Yasha, has the Diffusal Blade, has a Ring of Aquila that is not activated. Not sure why, but hey, he does him. Dire at this point just need to push. They need to push and be merciless, or Radiant, I mean, need to push and be merciless. Dire needs to hope that they don't do that, and hope that they, for some reason, don't push and let this Medusa farm. That's their only hope of winning right now, is if this Medusa can farm for a long, long time and is able to just kill everyone. But it's not looking like that's going to be the case. They are pushing in, but they're not doing it as a team. They're all kind of just out there farming. Well, not anymore. It looks like they're consolidating themselves mid. I don't know why. They already took mid. Clockwork throwing a rocket. Not managing to find anything with that one. Radiant just taking the jungle. taking Dire's jungle, making sure Medusa is nowhere to farm. She's pushed all the way, the entire team is pushed all the way back into base. They just can't leave it at this point. You have the Medusa starved out. This is where you need to go for it. Your team is stronger. You know that. You've proved that. You need to go in. Ping's coming out on heroes. If they manage to catch someone out here, this could be amazing. Winter Wyvern comes in, drops the ult into Outworld Devour. Not quite sure why. Nothing happens with it. Medusa popping her ult as well. Shadow Fiend ulting in the middle of it all. Ancient Apparition all connecting on no one. Well, just that one. Shadow Fiend right-clicking down him. Holy lord, he is doing a lot of work, but he's about to get taken down as two. Bane Fiend's Grip, that's going to be a lot of work, and it's a 2-for-1 trade in the end. Ricky just barely alive, but this Dire Sentry scouting him out. Medusa goes back in for the kill. Phantom Lance throws the Phantom Lance. It's going to be some damage onto Medusa. Diffusal Blade charge to use as well, but not quite sure why. Goes aggressively uphill. Ricky's there too. Another Diffusal Blade charge, and that's going to be Medusa down. Great kill coming out there. Tower going to be going down soon as well. And the GG comes out from Ricky. Not the correct team there. Alright, well, kind of strange play there, but Nightmare going to go out on Ricky. Bane almost being killed by just illusions. Clockwork here attempting to do anything he can. Ancient Apparition all coming in once again, missing everybody. Not a great thing to be doing. Really got to hit people with that. Clockwork right-clicking in, but does he really care? Phantom Lancer activates BKB, and Clockwork is just going to go right down. Ricky jumps in to secure that last hit, although does he really need it? Ricky probably going to get frozen feet, getting right-click down. OD can't see him, but he has his ult. He might as well just use it. And there, he's now in range of the sentry. Right-clicks and ults, and that's going to kill him. Shadow Fiend back up here as well. Throwing out those raises, getting them last hits. Meanwhile, Warlock pushing that bot lane. Towers down, Barracks exposed. Top force him back. That's the range tracks up top. That means no regenning for that one, so it's going to stick at that 500 health. This is a hard game to come back from for NaCl. The only bright side to this now is that the waves are going to be pushing in, and Medusa will basically never lack farm. As long as they don't push out, Medusa doesn't have to leave the base for farm. They can keep sentries at all the entryways, at all the uphills, and they should be okay. OD going for some farm too. Looks like he's going straight refresher. Built a Shiva's Guard. I saw him with the... what is that item called? Saw him with the Mystic Staff earlier. Definitely would have preferred for him to go for something like a sheep stick. Definitely would have been better. But I'm able to sheep someone like Shadow Fiend. Even just a Warlock would have been a good sheep target. Just so they can't get off their spells. Just so you guys can nuke someone down quick and then have the fight turn from a 5v5 into a quick 4v5 where you automatically have the advantage. Just a great way to secure a one fight. And with Shiva's, yeah, it is giving him more armor, which is arguably something he desperately needs in this case. But I mean, I don't see it being as effective as a sheep stick in the long run. Medusa still just farming up 2k gold. Not quite sure what her next item is. Hopefully not a Divine Rapier. Hopefully a heart or a butterfly or something. She needs to tank up. She needs to tank up in any way she can. Shadow Fiend is taking her ancients. Pings come out from Phantom Lancer. Not quite sure why. The ward goes up there. Have that warded. Roche looks like he's going to respawn in under a minute. Maybe a minute and a half. Not exactly sure. Phantom Lancer finds Medusa. Bane, Nightmares, Phantom Lancer. Not going to be too bad there. And the Ancient Apparition ultimate comes out. Hitting on 3. Finally a good connection. Winter Wyvern's all used as well, but it's not going to matter. Oh! Shadow Fiend getting trapped in the cogs with them, but it doesn't even matter. Ricky right-clicking down Bane, and that's going to be a dead Bane. Clockwork. Not the person you wanted to trap in cogs. Not the person at all Top barracks has fallen. That means they only have these 2 racks to go before some Mega Creeps. Medusa, can you defend from a Mega Creeps with a Dusa? Yes. Can you defend Mega Creeps with a Dusa at this farm level? Probably not. It's going to be hard, and I don't see them doing it. Ancient Apparitional. Hitting 2! Let's go. Finally hitting targets. Good for him. Medusa ulting, forcing people back. Phantom Lancer, he don't care, even if he does have his BKB. Warlock, there we go. Popping both his ultimates, and this is no longer this rack's no longer gonna be alive here. Ultimate, refresher, nope, refresher, ultimate, manages to kill no one. Literally no one. And he buys back to throw those final right clicks out. Gets the kill, but Phantom Lancer's going to chase him down and make him pay for that one. Astral Imprison can only save you for so long. Winter Wyvern coming out as well. In goes the Phantom Lance. And GG well play called. Game 1 going to be going to Team C Monster.